This morning, embattled New York Congressman George Santos caught in another lie. The freshman Republican claiming on his campaign website that his mother survived the tragic events of September 11th from her office in the World Trade Center's South Tower, even making her 9/11 story part of his campaign stump speech.
I'm a son of two immigrants. I am the grandchild of Holocaust survivors and the son of a 9/11 survivor.
But immigration records provided to NBC News by a genealogical researcher show Santos' mother, Fatima de Volder, left the United States for Brazil in 1999 and did not return until 2003, placing her more than 4,000 miles from ground zero on the day of the attack. That revelation coming on the same day a disabled Navy veteran accused Santos of walking away with $3,000 in GoFundMe cash, raised to pay for life-saving surgery for his service dog, Sapphire.
He was almost too nice. I knew there was something up with him.
Richard Osthoff says he was connected with Santos' charity, Friends of Pets United, in 2016 to help raise money for an operation he could not afford. When it came time for the surgery, he says, Santos refused to hand over the money, and Rostov was instead forced to put Sapphire down.
I was so livid that I realized that this guy is now a serving congressman. He doesn't deserve that job. It's horrendous that he could lie and steal and cheat his way through life.
Santos has not responded to questions from NBC News about either allegation, but he did tell the website Semaphore that Osthoff's story was, quote, fake.
And Garrett, these are just two of the recent allegations, and there are many against Santos. So are any of these things moving the needle as to where he stands in Washington right now?
Well, let's go through it, Hoda. Santos has been caught lying about his religion, and he's admitted lying about his job experience and about attending college. He's told multiple different stories about how and when his mother died, and he's under investigation now by at least 5 different entities that we know of, including investigations into how he funded his campaign. And that might be the biggest political danger to him. An indictment in the U.S. would likely force Republicans to remove Santos from his committee assignments at the very least, assignments he only received this week. Hoda.
All right, Garrett Haake for us there in Washington. Garrett, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.